Who the fuck is that? Oh! Hello everybody, Nuts Games back with another video. Today I'm playing a point and click horror game I found on GameJolt a little earlier today called Free.Will. I was going to start playing through and record on the menu page, but this popped up and I thought you guys deserved to see this. To player, this game contains disturbing content not suitable for everybody. Play at your own discretion. Sincerely, Team Helix. Right, okay, good. Lovely. Last time I played a game that said something like that, it was Doki Doki Literature Club, and I didn't sleep for a week. Let's continue. Free.Will. Make it stop. It hurts. Ooh, please. What does that say? I don't know. Please, maybe. Save us. Arbiter. Help me. Help us, Lisa. Help us. Free will is a disease. Oliver Nilsson. I disagree. The exit door requires one key. Click or press space to continue. Okay. Find it to open the door and advance to the next room. Click on items around the room to inspect them. Let's have a look in the drawers. Handler's jammed. Inside this drawer lays a silver key. Pick it up. Lovely. It's not the right fit for the door, but it might work on something else. This drawer is caked in a layer of thick dust. It gives off a strange stench. In the back corner there is a spider web. The web is swarming with a mass of wriggling arachnids. They tumble over each other, rapidly scurrying through the ins and outs of the web. They crawl left and right, their movements quick and unnerving. It begins to seem like there is a swarm of them moving up your legs. You can almost feel the tingling, as if they're slowly crawling over you. Oh! No, I don't like that. Okay. So again, there's a silver chest. You use the silver key to open it. Inside you find a key that looks like the right fit for the door. There's nothing left in the chest. It's an empty syringe. A chill runs down your spine when you pick it up. As you turn it over in your hands, you can imagine the feeling of the needle puncturing your flesh. You feel the first prick as the sharp point makes first contact with your skin. Then comes the strange cold sensation as it pushes deeper. Then the needle is withdrawn, leaving you with soreness at the spot of impact. But there is no real soreness. This is all just in your head. The syringe looks like it's been used recently. Ooh, God, no, thank you very much. These books look like they haven't been touched in ages. Looking through the books, you see they cover a variety of topics. These include psychology, entomology, and different forms of torture. The books on the shelf look as though they may collapse into dust any second now. The topics of these range from substance abuse to religious texts. Oh, what happened there? The books on the shelf. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind, I've done that bit already. Right. Let's go through the door then. Ooh, not sure about that. The exit for this room requires two keys. Find them to open the door and advance to the next room. First thing, let's have a look at that. You feel like you've seen this painting before. Looking at it brings back an uneasy feeling. Its eyes seem to follow you wherever you go. Looking behind it, you find a key. Okay, let's look in the clock. It's a grandfather clock. The time displayed is stuck at 3 o'clock. It stopped ticking a long time ago. A rodent stench is emanating from this couch. There's some mould growing on the back. The cushions are warm, as if people were recently sitting here. Between them, a key is wedged. Through the door I go. This door requires two keys. Okay, let's look. You pick up the phone and hold it to your ear. All you hear is static. The buttons don't work. It's a vase, and poorly constructed one at that. This looks like it was constructed by a pottery novice. It's lopsided and everything. Shameful. Inside, you find a key. It's a small window. The glass is dirty and stained. You can faintly see handprints along it. You peer outside only to see darkness. Is there anything there? There is a key on the windowsill. I'm feeling pretty uneasy. Oh, inject arrow keys to move. Ah. Ooh, why did I do that? Why is that a thing? Oh god, what's that? This door requires 3 keys. It's an eerie painting of 2 malnourished men. They look like skeletons with flesh. You can see the skin hanging loosely off their bones. It makes you uncomfortable looking at it. Behind the frame lies a key. The placement on this kitchen table is covered with strange stains. Some of them are red. You find this piece of paper on the table. Experiment log 1. Today marks the planning of an experiment with the potential to change the world. The world is only dying because of the presence of free will in human minds. If I can get rid of free will, I can save the world. I've chosen 4 subjects to conduct my tests on: an adult female, 2 adult males, and 1 child. They will undergo my specialized treatment under careful supervision. The treatment consists of a regular dosage of narcotics and negative reinforcement through physical means. No matter what happens, no matter how far it goes, no matter how much hurt is involved, all I need to do is remember one thing: free will is a disease. Oh! You open the door below the sink and look inside. The walls are damp, the mould lines the corners. Okay, so I did find a key. I skipped past it, so I apologise. The kitchen chair squeaks when you move it. There are scratches all over the legs. There's a piece of paper on top of it. I found that sometimes when I dream, things look strange. The proportions of certain objects like doors and dressers are off. Some things appear smaller or larger than they should. It's happened so frequently in my dreams that I can now identify whether or not I'm inside a dream just by analysing the proportions of the objects and the world around me. Next time you have a dream, look for the objects that don't appear proportionally correct. Unknown. Like the window I saw, that was probably too small, wasn't it? Underneath you find a key. 3 keys. Okay, let's have a look at the sink. The faucet is old and rusty. It's dripping faintly. The water seems thick and mucky. Is that even water? Lovely. Okay, door number 3. Let's go. The doors look kind of small as well. It's a diploma awarded to somebody named Olivia Nilsson. I think was Nilsson written on the wall earlier? I don't know. I think it might have been. Wedged in the frame, you find a key. I'm going to examine everything else anyway. This is the table where the subjects ate. Here sat her. Here sat him. Here sat the child. Here sat you. Oh! I'm getting freaked, so I'd better get this party started. 3 keys. Find the door. Okay. Let's look in cupboard number 1. And behind cupboard number 1 contains a stack of plates. Not a single one of them is clean. They're covered in dried food. Most of them are chipped. This cabinet is locked. There's an awful smell emanating from inside. There's a key inside this cabinet. Can I get in this one now? Okay. There are 2 bowls in this drawer. One of them is empty and cracked. It looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. The other looks more recent. It's clean, has no cracks. A single fingernail lays inside it. Oh, is that a whole fingernail or just a clipping? I hope it's just a clipping. That's still gross, but better. It must have been torn off. Oh. Oh no, there's a little bit of skin on it. Okay, I've done that one. Inside this drawer is a piece of paper. Experiment log 2. I've acquired all 4 subjects. They're being held in the rooms I set aside for them. I'm incredibly eager to begin the experiments. I think they'll find things much easier if they obey. If they don't, they'll have to go through a few sessions with me in the room. But as I give them the narcotics, they'll find it harder and harder to put up a fight or disobey. In theory, this is perfect. Their ability to make their own choices is what I'm trying to rid them of. Their liberation begins today. Free will is a disease. That's where I found that. The handle makes a horrible grinding sound as you turn the water on. It's like nails on a chalkboard. A key falls out of the faucet. Can I get in there yet? Okay, no, not yet. The freezer contains only bags of frozen food. As you open the door to the fridge, you're hit with a pungent smell. Inside the fridge, there's a mound of some type of meat. You can't tell exactly what animal it came from, but you can tell it's not fresh. The outer layer is scattered with sores. It's blistering and peeling off. Juice oozes from the centre of it. It looks like there's some skin on part of it. Looking closer, you see a bit of metal poking through the surface. Is that a key? There's only one way to find out. Ooh, this is unnerving me. Taking a deep breath, you close your eyes and plunge your hands into the meat. It's soft and clings to your skin. Juice splashes onto your hands as you dig for the key. At last, you pull it out. Oh, that's horrible. Can I open there yet? Yeah, no, I can't. Oh, dear me. This is... Oh, retrieve the child. Oh, that makes me jump. This is quite difficult. Am I gonna get no! I'm getting kind of FNAF vibes from this. You know in some of the FNAF games when you progress to a certain point in the game, you get to do like a little 8-bit game that helps. Oh god, this is really... If I could use the mouse, I'd be a bit better, but my keyboard seems to be a bit sticky. This probably isn't even supposed to be the difficult bit. Okay, child has been saved. Okay, let's look at the tiny window, shall we? The window has a small crack running along it. You wonder how it got there. As you look outside, you see nothing. Literally, there's nothing out there. It's as if matter stops beyond the house and nothing else exists. On the windowsill, you find a key. You stick your head inside the fireplace. As soon as you breathe in, ash fills your lungs. As you poke around inside, you feel the crinkly sensation of the ash crumbling under your touch. You find this piece of paper inside. Experiment log 3. Testing is going as expected thus far. The subjects are learning the rules of the experiment. They put up a fight at first, but that's to be expected. All the adults fought extremely hard to resist, but in the end, their attempts were futile. As punishment, they each went through a session in the room. What is in the room, I wonder? For their very first session, I drew inspiration from the New Testament. First, I placed a nail above their wrists. Once I had strapped them into the chair, then I pulled out the hammer from the drawer, and struck the nail hard. Their screams filled the house. Hopefully they'll learn to cooperate next time. Free will is a disease. This television set is ancient. You try the buttons. None of them work. You find a key on top of the television set. It's an old wooden table that's covered in dust and grime. A millipede lays dead on the table. Its one vibrant shell has decayed and become a smudged beige colour. Its many legs are so brittle they look like they could be snapped off by a gentle tap. Dozens of maggots crawl in and out of the millipede's shell. Oh god, this is so unnerving. Hey, are you listening? You need to get out of here. If you don't, you'll be stuck in here forever. You need to wake up. You already escaped once. I know you can do it again. Hang in there. I'm going to get you out. I just need to find a way. Oh, that's creepy. There's a key behind the frame. It's a locked silver chest. Find a key to open it. The fabric on this old couch seat is tearing. There's a tiny hole in the back. You can see the stuffing bulging out slightly from the hole. There's a strange stain on the cushion. You find a silver key under the seat. I knew I was asleep! You find a piece of paper on this table. Experiment log 4. The child has been responding very well to the procedure. At first, like the others, she was hesitant and rebellious, but as the effect of the drugs takes shape within her mind, she's becoming much more obedient. I believe her newfound perfection is not only due to the narcotics, but also in part to her last session in the room. Her first one, which I drove nails into her wrists, had a more negative impact than I had expected. She became scared and would lash out instead of following orders. To get her to understand, I repeatedly told her that free will is a curse, but that didn't work either. So for her next session in the room, I decided to try something new. I had to make sure she would never forget, or why she needed curing, so I burned it into her midsection. The scars won't let her forget it. She's been branded with it. Free will is a disease. Oh my god. The bulb flickers on and off when I turn it on. You touch the lampshade, it's moist. You use the silver key to open the silver chest. Go figure. Inside you find a bloody nail. Oh god. Just keep making your way through the rooms. I'm still looking for a way out. Remember, nothing is real. You recognise this teddy bear. She used to carry it everywhere. It's dotted with her blood. There's a key in its lap. You find two pieces of paper next to it. Experiment log 5. The experiment is having varied effects on the subjects. Karen Hudson, subject 1, has begun suffering from apparent depression and lack of motivation. She lays in her bed all day unmoving. She only stirs when given a task. William Brown, subject 2, seems blank, as if he has no individual thoughts or ideas whatsoever. He obeys every command to a fault. His progress in free will reduction has been phenomenal. I hope the others will achieve the same level of success as him. Sophia Weber, subject 3, the child, is also doing well in the treatment. Whether this is due to actual progress in reducing her free will or simply out of fear of another session in the room, I don't know. I find Charles Aaron's, subject 4, reaction to the treatment the most curious. He's developed several strange, often sadistic tendencies. He refuses orders on purpose so that he can spend another session in the room. I believe he enjoys them. He's also begun requesting additional silverware at mealtime, particularly knives. I believe he has a collection. I'll continue to monitor his progress. Experiment log 6. Charles Aaron, subject 4, requests continue to fascinate me. I had not anticipated such unorthodox behaviour from a subject. At this point in the experiment, the subjects have met each other a few times during the sessions. I've allocated for them to socialise with one another. Today, after time was up and I was tending to each subject individually, Charles requested that I leave him with the child alone together for a while. While my instincts are telling me not to allow this, my curiosity has been piqued. I know it's dangerous, but it's for science. Free will is a disease. Oh no. Oh! There's blood all over this table. Sitting in one of the puddles is a key. There's no need to inspect it further. There's a key next to it on the table. You already know who's in there. Oh, so am I Charles then? Does that make me Charles? Am I going to get another? Retrieve her arrow keys to move. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Okay. This is, I'm sort of bouncing off. This is... Can I just do some more reading for the rest of the game? I seem to be better equipped to read. Oh, okay. Okay, I did it. Ooh, I saw her eyes turn a bit red. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. You need to get out of here ASAP. Before he gets to you. Quickly find the key and go through the door. One of these chests is bound to be unlocked. Who the fuck is that? Oh! Oh! Ah! No! No, 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 no! Ah! Fuck! Blue key. Oh, please no. Please. Oh. Oh. Oh, I do apologise. I will try and reduce the volume of that in post. I wasn't expecting a jump scare. This is the room. It's best not to linger here. I can still hear the screams echoing off the walls. Need 2 keys. Okay, you remember this chair. You didn't ever want to see it again. The ropes are used to tie people down are still sitting in it. They're covered in dry, crusty blood. You don't know why, sheer curiosity maybe, but you run your fingers along the red-stained fabric. Doing so brings back all the pain at once. Fingernails breaking, bones snapping, skin opening, burns blistering, all of it. Screeching, blinding, numbing, scratching, tearing, burning, stinging, clawing, slicing. It doesn't stop. You tear your hand away from the chair and stagger back. Never again. Oh, God. These are the hooks where Dr. Nielsen hung his tools. They're not here for some reason. He must have taken them down. Inside this drawer you find several rusty nails and syringe needles. There's a piece of paper in here. Experiment log 7. I could not have made a greater mistake. The meeting between Charles and the child went horribly. I knew I shouldn't have agreed to let him have her. What was I thinking? Now the child is dead. I should have known to check him before letting him see her after all. His strange behaviour. Charles snuck in a steak knife when he had stolen from his last session in the room and wasted no time once they were alone. He mutilated her with a passion I have never seen before. Each slash and stab only further diminished any hope that the child might live. Her blood splattered the walls, her entrails pouring from gashes in her body. By the time I got in there to stop him, it was too late. Right now he's locked in his room. I don't know what to do with him. I've put away her body and washed her remains out of the room. As for the experiment, I have no choice but to continue. I have to proceed. I can't write off any more of these logs. I can't write any more of these logs. I need to put all of my efforts into making sure there isn't an incident. Goodbye for now. He laughed while he did it. He's insane. At the back of the drawer you find a key. This drawer looks like it's cleaned out hastily. You find a key in the back. This faucet looks surprisingly well kept. Dr. Nielsen used it to wash blood from his hands after he was done with the patients. Please don't let there be another man here. I can't find a way out. Keep moving, I'll think of something. 2 keys. There's a single half-melted crayon in this drawer. This old wooden desk has seen better days. There are some strange markings carved along the side. The markings seem to depict sets of mirror triangles facing each other like hourglasses. There's a piece of paper on the top of the desk. Dear Diary, life isn't so bad here. The doctor is nice to me when I listen to him. I think he's just lonely. I bet if he had more friends, then he'd be less uptight. He gets angry when I don't listen and takes me into the room. I like it here, but I miss Mummy and Daddy. The doctor said I can't see them because I'm sick and need to be cured, but I don't feel sick. Last time I was sick, I threw up everywhere and got to stay home from school. I'm not throwing up, so I don't think I'm sick, but I'm just going to listen to him. Love, Sophia. Oh, Sophia. There's a used syringe in this drawer. It's the one used on the child. It's a bunch of pictures drawn by a child. This bed belonged to the child. It's sloppily made, just like you'd expect. Nobody's touched it in a long time. You find a key on the top of the sheets. Oh gosh. Through the door I go. Retrieve him. Arrow keys to move. Oh. See, I'm wondering now if I am still in the experiment, and these sort of missions I'm doing here, these little 8-bit distractions are actually just part of the. Oh god, I'm doing terrible. And these sort of distractions here are part of the free will. It was talking about. Oh, did it? Okay, yeah. So because I mean the first one I had to inject myself, and who would want to inject themselves? Honestly, it just sounds horrid. Okay, let's watch his eyes. Oh, they turned white. Okay. How was it that you escaped the first time? The telephone, right? You called the police and they rescued you. Keep moving for now. I'm going to look for a telephone around here. One key. It's her bed. The sheets are neat and pristine. You find a steak knife hidden under the pillow. She said she was going to use it to kill herself if the plan went south. You need a key to unlock this drawer. This drawer takes some effort to open. Once you finally get into it, you find this piece of paper in it. The doctor is making me write this. I refuse to talk to him anymore, so this is how he's making me write to communicate. But I really don't want to. I don't want to do anything. I don't have an ounce of motivation. I can barely move my hand to write this. I've always had depression, but the drugs he gives us only makes it worse. What's the point? What's the point of following his orders or refusing them? Nothing matters. Everything is temporary, so it doesn't matter how I spend my time here, because sooner or later I'll just die like everybody else. I seem to be the only one who gets that. Everybody knows they die in the end, but they still frolic around giving everything they've got. Everybody just ignores the fact that none of us mean anything, and that we'll all cease to exist in the end. I couldn't give a shit. That's why I'm going to kill myself as soon as I get the chance. And you should too, because you don't matter. None of us do. Karen. I disagree. You matter. Everyone matters. There's a silver key in the back. It can't be used on the door, but it can be used to unlock something else. Use the silver key you found to open this drawer. Inside lays another piece of paper. I spoke to Will earlier. He wants to escape. I don't care if we do or not, but even after everything we've been through, Will's been nice to me, so I want to help him. I know that goes against everything I said before, but like I said, I'm done caring if anything makes sense. And if it goes well, then I'll get to see my fiancée again, and I miss him. I told Will about a phone I saw while I was upstairs. I'm going to help him use it to call the police. And I'm not showing the doctor this log. I'm just writing this one to comfort myself. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to slit my wrists with the knife I've been hiding under my bed. Karen. There's a key for the door on top of it. Through the door I go. I haven't found a phone just yet, but I think I'm close. Just keep making your way through the rooms. It won't be long now. The calendar has only one page. What even the point if it only has one page with one date? There's a key hidden behind the one single page. This is the bed where he slept. You can only imagine the horrific thoughts that went through his mind as he slept here. Is it my room? There's nothing remarkable about this lamp. Out of curiosity, you decide to try and turn it on. You pull the chain, but nothing lights up. You look behind the lamp table searching for an explanation. The cord's been cut. This lamp doesn't look like it's been used for a long time. It's covered in dust. The table seems to have had its fair share of use. There's a stack of typed papers on top of it. Dr. Nilsson is making me write this on a typewriter as a form of brain stimulation. I don't think he's ever going to read this, but I'm just listening to him because I don't want anything bad to happen. Anyways, my name is Charles Aaron. Right now, I'm being held against my will in the house of a man named Oliver Nilsson. He conducts tests on me and other subjects here. He forces drugs into us, and if we don't cooperate, then he tortures us in the room. We need help. Things aren't going well. The others and myself are responding differently to the treatment. That sick man is even conducting these tests on a little girl. I'd kill him if I got the chance. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to kill somebody? I have. I didn't used to think about stuff like that, but it's been on my mind lately. I think it's the effect the drugs are having on me. I know it's troublesome, but I can't tear my mind away from the idea of it. It's just so fascinating. The idea of taking everything from somebody, everything that someone is, all their hopes, thoughts, memories, everything that makes them who they are, and just stopping it forever. I can only imagine the rush of doing that. Then, of course, there's the process, which is equally as intriguing. I wonder how I would go about it. Probably slowly, making sure I take my time to do it right. I'll have to put some more thought into this. Have you ever thought about killing somebody before? I have. There's a little girl kept in this house with us. I used to look at her and feel sadness, pity for her that, of all people, as innocent little girl was being held there. Yesterday I looked at her and saw something different. I asked Dr. Nilsson if I could have some alone time with her. He said yes. Today was that day. I was allowed to see her. I was so excited. I even held onto a knife from my last meal so that I could try it out on her. As soon as the doctor left us alone, I was upon her. I started stabbing her chest several times, sliding the knife in and out from between her ribs, and then a few sloppy stabs for good measure, 8 to be exact. Then I moved on to her stomach. I made an incision down the middle so I could reach in and feel around. The wet, warm feeling of her blood excited me. I ripped out her intestines and began to pile them up next to her. At this point, her breathing had stopped. Then the doctor slammed open the door and brought me back to my room. He was yelling something, but I wasn't really listening. You see, just before he came in to stop me, I had licked some blood off my fingers just to see what it tasted like, and I was too busy swishing it around in my mouth to bother listening to what he had to say. Oh, I don't like Charles one bit. This is going to be my final log. I don't have much more to say, so it seems useless to bother writing anything else down. But all that aside, I've had some revelations. As of late, I'd like to end these logs with. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to kill someone, why it means so much or so little. We're no different than any other animals, so why is it murder when I brain somebody using my favourite tools, but not when a praying mantis rips off her mate's head? There exists a law among men that it's immoral to kill one another. By not killing somebody, you're only delaying their inevitable death. I used to be like you, afraid of taking someone's life until the experiment changed me. But it was surprisingly easy to change me. It's like this part of me always existed. The experiment just let it out to play, which means that the same monster who lusts for blood inside me is also lying dormant within everybody else. Your friends, your family, you. Everybody has a part of them that would like to take their blade into the throat of another. Nobody is different, nobody is special. And if it's this easy to unleash that part of yourself, then who knows? Who else could become like I am now? I know you've all thought about killing somebody here before. Everybody you know and love has. What would it be like? How would you do it? How would you feel once it was over? And most importantly, who would you kill? Everybody has someone deep down that they'd kill if they got to. You may think you don't, but on some subconscious level, that person is there, waiting for you to finally do it. So the next time you see one of your loved ones, think about who they'd like to kill. It could be you. Wow. Under the papers there's a key. This is so dark. I was not expecting it to be as dark as this. Oh no, I found a phone. We're going to get you out of here. After this room there should be a game sequence. They've managed. Oh, don't look at me like that. I've managed to pull a phone in there. I've managed to put a phone in there. You just have to get to it when you play the game. So this is goodbye. Good luck, Will. Oh, please hurry. This was your desk. There's a piece of paper on top of it. To anyone reading this, my name is William Brown. I snuck some paper and a pen into my room from upstairs so I could write this. I'm being held captive in the house of a sociopathic doctor. If anyone finds this, call the police. He conducts strange experiments on us, always talking about ridding us of free will. We need help. There are 4 of us being held here. Me, one other guy, 1 woman and 1 little girl. He injects us with strange drugs and gives us orders if we don't obey. He takes us into a room for a session. He tortures us in there. I don't know how I'm going to send this out. Maybe I'm just writing it for my own sanity, but please send someone. William Brown. Oh, next to the paper there's a key. This was your bed. You remember how uncomfortable it was. Okay, so I'm not Charles, that's good. Use the key you found to open the drawer. Use 2 pieces of paper in there. I don't know how much longer I can take this. The drugs are taking their toll on me. I need more. He's got me addicted, but he only gives them to me as a reward now, so I've started faking it. I pretend not to have any emotions, thoughts, nothing of the sort. I act like a robot. That's what he wants, right? For someone to lose it and become a mindless slave? He's pleased with my progress, so I'm just going to keep pretending and hope for the best. I might try and formulate a plan to escape with the others. I spoke to the woman who's in here with us. Her name is Karen. At least I think so. I can't remember. I can't really remember anything. The effects of the drugs are getting worse. I can't tell what's real anymore. I don't even know if this is a dream or not. I'm so tired. I don't even feel it when he messes with me during our sessions in the room. Whenever I follow his orders, I was pretending, faking it, but now I just don't care. I do what he says because I've lost the ability to resist. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and escape. Like I said earlier, I talked to Karen, and she says she thinks she knows where a phone is. We're going to try and make a run for it and call the police, but if I can hardly write this or keep a coherent thought, how am I supposed to do that? We'll have to see, and I'll try. But if it doesn't work, then that's the end of it. Wish me luck. William Brown. Okay, so I'm William. The red text at the bottom's Karen. There's a K underneath the papers. It's his self-portrait. Oh, it's horrible. What's this other key? I didn't actually find out that other key, did I? Retrieve yourself. Oh! Go to the phone, arrow keys to move. That made me jump. A man wakes up from weeks-long coma. A man by the name of William Brown woke up from a 3-week coma yesterday. Brown was initially hospitalised on April 14th of this year after he was rescued by police from the house where he was held hostage along with 3 other individuals, none of whom survived. Ah, where's Karen? Brown had managed to find a phone and call the police for help. The man holding them hostage, Dr. Olivia Nilsson, had been conducting experiments on his prisoners, leaving 3 of them dead and William Brown with severe brain trauma, resulting in him falling into a coma shortly after being rescued. Nilsson committed suicide before police could apprehend him. Oh, wow. End. Papers found, 17 out of 20. Where were the other papers? I want to know where the other papers were. I thought I searched everywhere. Okay, well. Oh my god. That was absolute... Oh man, I'm messing everything up. I'll just put my headphones here. That was absolutely incredible. That was such a good game. My god. It was. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting something to be that tense. I mean, there was one jump scare, and it made me jump big time. I don't know how it looked on camera, but I did really jump. And the whole atmosphere was so spooky. I mean, just the constant rumble of that bass in the background, and the way the papers were written as well. The papers were written so well. It had a really cool sort of pixelated art style. So they obviously couldn't give you too much in terms of graphic sort of blood and guts, but the descriptions left you without any doubt in your mind as to what was happening and what it smelt like there, what it felt like to have your bones snapped and your fingernails ripped out. It was hideous, but wow, that was so good. Completely free to play as well, so go and download it, please. It was, I mean, you got to play it. Have a go on it. Let me know down in the comments if you are able to find the other papers, because I don't know where they were. I don't know where they could have been. But yeah, I mean, I might run through it and just have a little look. But yeah, let me know what you thought of it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it really helps me to figure out what games you guys like seeing, what games you don't like seeing, so then I can tailor the games more to you. But either way, I mean, go and play this game. It is so good. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you all again soon. Bye!